Oh, I forgot I had shaders. Okay, hang on. My game is not doing okay. Alright. So this is gonna be a bit of an unusual video. I've been just taking the past few days to gather my thoughts on this subject. But basically I kind of realized recently that I don't really yeah, that I don't really think I don't think I identify as transgender anymore. This feels kind of difficult to say because I do think I'm decent. I do think I'm these. What is going on with my speech? I do think I'm disappointing a lot of people because a lot of you guys were quite excited for me to indulge in this little thing. You know, I was already going to look for some woke some psychologists and other specialists on the woker side of things so that they would affirm my transgenderness and decide with me that yes, I really am trans, and that this is like supposed to be like a serious thing that I should okay, this is terrible, man. That I should act on. If you couldn't tell, this is a very raw video, completely unscripted, completely. Normally I record my videos in Audacity. Is my OBS disliked or is it just? I think it's just like this when I record. I think when I actually looked at the final recording, it's gonna be. I think this is just the preview that does that. But yeah, as I was saying, I did find one. I am now. Yeah, I did find one. So that's not great. I'm gonna have to get my parents to not take me to them, to her. Yeah, see, it's affected my vocabulary a lot, this wokeness. But yeah, I suppose over a year, I've just kind of been experimenting with who I am, which ended up going way too far, as you can tell. And I was going to permanently alter my body just to fit this idea of being someone better. I don't know, I was always a bit of a loner. But yeah, that's kind of the dangerous thing about talking about trans experiences, is that people are just gonna actually think like that they experience the same things even though they don't. And even if they do, that doesn't make you trans, because it's not really a thing, being trans. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a thing. There's obviously people who you could call trans. You could point at a person and say, look, he is trans or she is trans, and that is a thing you could say, but it's not like... It's not gonna really mean much. It's all this means is that this person says that he or she is a different person than in reality. I need to change my skin. I'm so beta pilled. I haven't played modern Minecraft in a while. I forgot that you can drag items across things. Oh, yes, this feels nice. But yeah, basically, I kind of just noticed that I found some slightly similar patterns in myself that supposedly trans people have found in themselves too. And for that reason, I suppose I just kind of decided to oppose the fact that my entire body, my entire mind and body is, you know, a boy. And then I just said that. And then just because there was like some slightly feminine things about me, you know, I felt a little bit girly. That just made me say, oh yeah, I must be a girl, even though I wasn't. And I'll never be, because you can't just change. You can't just pick and choose what you are and aren't. And don't even get me started on non-binary people. Briefly, they even got me to think that I might be non-binary. Luckily, I didn't manage to fall into that depth of delusion. I don't think I would have come out of it if I started identifying as non-binary at any point. That would be horrible. But yeah. I don't know. I just want to take this time to kind of adjust myself, kind of reconnect with my masculinity and myself in my entirety. To hopefully, this is a beautiful landscape. To hopefully take better care to just not fall into such just harmful patterns of thinking again. Because who knows, one day I might actually do something that I would regret for the rest of my existence, and I don't think I would ever want that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. This is, like I said, a very raw video. Completely unedited. I kind of wanna... I saw a bit of this new format on YouTube where people just kind of play Minecraft. Though I think they usually played like very vanilla. I have shaders on and I just can't bother turning them off. Yeah, I use these in a creative world and honestly they fit really well there. I do think they work here a little bit, but they're not like amazing. So where was I? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there can be such a thing as like a transgender brain, like your entire body being one gender and then your brain in particular being another. I mean, I could kind of see that happening, but like that's only if you like otherwise have like mixed already have like mixed like sex, like as in like mixed biological sex, which is already by itself an extremely rare thing. It very rarely happens. Like I don't think I'll ever in my life meet a person like that. It's a super rare thing. And then I can see like the brain being a little bit like weird in that regard, and then I can like understand identifying as a different gender than you were told you were as a kid. But that's very rare. And even rarer would it be for just the brain to be different. and like the entire body is one thing and the brain is a different thing. Like that's just extremely rare, and I don't think I'm definitely not that. And I doubt most people are. I think if you like pick like 1,000, even like 1,000,000 trans people, out of that billion, maybe like 100, maybe like even 10 would be like actually what trans people describe as trans to be, and everyone else is just delusional, I guess. Like, I'm just gonna be blunt, yeah, those people are delusional. I was delusional, and I don't know, I think deep down, I am just a Sigma. Sounds a bit silly, but you know, that's how they define Sigma men. It's just men who are, well, Aurora Borealis, who are like loners and like little bit of like a lone wolf type, kind of doing things on their own. Those people are generally way more successful, and I think I could be successful if I didn't keep falling into these weird patterns of thinking, because I feel like this loneliness makes us a bit vulnerable. I mean, I don't know if I'm actually a Sigma male. It makes Sigma males a bit vulnerable, I suppose, because they're like, you know, they're alone. They don't have too many people to like talk this out with, and I found people, but they were all, the only reason that they were willing to talk to me is because they were preying on me. They wanted me to fall into this transgender identification. So they obviously like fed into that and tried to like affirm it and tried to convince me that I felt good, and in reality I didn't actually feel good. It was just like, it was just the novelty that felt kind of nice. Sorry. That felt kind of nice. But obviously in reality that wasn't any like, that wasn't anything to completely change the course of your life over, is my point. I don't know, if you currently identify yourself as transgender, I'm not gonna make this video go on for too much longer, this is already 10 minutes long, but if you currently identify as transgender, I just have one thing to tell you, and that is, I get it. Just take some time for yourself. Don't let those people distract you, and just try to reconnect with who you are. Try to reconnect with your masculinity or femininity if you're a woman. And yeah, I suppose that's all. Also, April Fool's, bitches. There's a... Now, if I did not say everything I wanted to say, because I'm really bad in front of, like, when I record live. That's the reason I do everything in Audacity always. All the time, yeah, as you can tell. But yeah, if you know enough about trans people, you probably realize that literally everything I said in this is complete bullshit. But if, in case you're curious, there's a full debunk of everything that I said in the description. Just complete point by point everything that I said and why it's wrong and what's the truth. Obviously this entire video I was just playing a character. Oh my god. The version filled with actually though. I completely forgot how combat works in this. I was trying to like spam. Even though that does not work. Oh yeah, shit, you can sprint. I forgot there was a thing. See, I haven't played Minecraft in a bit, as you can tell. But yeah, Well, that's an end, I suppose. I'm just gonna end the video. There's a full explanation of everything and why it's wrong in the description. It got a little bit goofy at the end. I didn't mean to sound goofy. I just did not know how to segue to the idea of me being a Sigma male just because I was a loner. But yeah, if you were hoping that I was actually detransitioning myself and that I was actually secretly not trans, sorry to disappoint, I suppose. But there you go. Alright, goodbye.